Cool. So the cost is £5,000, and there's a few ways we can bring it up if needed. What we do next is we get you started up, set you up with our coach, Greg, and then we come up with a personalized plan that works around your lifestyle. We're ready to get you started if that all sounds good.
Um, yeah, well, that's, kind of a lot of money. 5K you said? Yeah, that sounds a bit, too much for that program.
Yeah, I understand. There's no problem at all. I mean, based on what we've talked about here today, money aside, because the money, we can sort that out. We're not here to take food off your plate. We're not here to put you in a bad position, right? So the money we can talk about later. Just to see if I've done my job in this call, do you feel that based off what we've talked about here today, we can get you down to that 70 kilos from the 110, where you are feeling light in your feet, you've got good energy, you feel proud of the man you see in the mirror? Do you feel we can get you there?
Mm, well, probably yes. Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm just,
Yeah.
kind of not sure if it's gonna be, the right fit for me.
Okay. Probably that does sound like there's a bit of uncertainty there, which is totally fine. Do you feel like there's anything on our course that can't get you to that 70 kilos?
Mm, I think, uh, it kind of lacks the accountability part. I just, maybe you can share a
Yeah.
bit more details on that, just so I kind of understand how it works more.
Of course, I can run through the accountability parts again. So again, we have an accountability tracker. So we make sure you're logging what kind of meals you're eating, when you're checking in with us, your progress, you're checking your weight, and then you're tracking your exercise routine as well. Now, the whole point of this isn't to beat you up if you go wrong anywhere, because that's part of the process. You're gonna fall off, and like you said, you've fallen off before as well. The whole point is to get you back in the car and get you moving again and not falling off completely. That's going to hold you accountable, make sure that when you do slip up, we're there to hold your hand, pick you back up again, and get you back started. Keep you back on track with the food, which you said is the hardest part, as you said yourself. When you have that one cheat meal, you feel okay. You feel like guilt coming over and you just slip off. This time we're going to be there. Be okay. You fell off. Let's get back on the train. Let's keep going. Same with the exercise, and the same with the daily routine.
Hmm. Yeah, well, that sounds like fair, fair enough. Yeah,
Okay. You
yeah,
did. You
like,
did.
hmm,
Oh, go on. Of course. Go
yeah,
on.
yeah, like just 5K, know, still seems a bit kind of a lot.
I can understand that. I still want to double check that you feel like this course can get you there, because that means I've done my job. In terms of
Yeah, yeah,
informing
I
you,
think.
giving all the information. And you did sound uncertain before. So is there anything on the course that you feel like can't get you to that 70 kilos?
Mm. No, I think it might work out.
You think,
Yeah, 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 it's probably gonna work out. Yeah.
okay, yeah. And then on the flip side of that, what do you think about the course can get you to that 70 kilos specifically?
The course, what's in the course can get me there? Or,
Yeah, yeah. What in the course would can get you there specifically?
hmm. Yeah, well, the main thing I probably struggled with it's just accountability stuff because I'm on and off trying to lose weight. Yeah, and it's just very very hard and intimidating, to do this on my own.
Yeah,
Just yeah, feels like I'm lost all the time for some reason. So
yeah,
yeah, I think
yeah,
that's gonna be like the main thing.
yeah. And why do you think the accountability will work for you specifically?
Oh well, I think if I'm like going to show up, which I probably will, and do the work, do the right things, get through the course, I think it would work.
Hmm. Okay, 100%. That's good. Well, in terms of the money, again, we're not here to take money. We're not here to take food off your plate. We're not here to put you in a bad situation. Out of curiosity, if you had the 5,000 dropped out of the sky right now, would you'd go into the course, or would you go on holiday in Turkey?
No, I'd probably pick a course.
You probably is there
Yeah,
a
I think
certainty?
okay. I think I would. Yeah,
You go to course.
I
Okay,
would get a
cool,
course. Yeah.
fantastic. And why would you do that? Because you still need to turn up every single day. You still need to commit your time and your energy in order to make these changes. So why would you do that, even if you had the money?
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, it's a big priority of mine right now. I wanted to lose weight for a while now. Yeah, like
Yeah,
2 years is a big time, and yeah, I think like my partner is also grown like more frustrated, maybe a bit more frustrated than me.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. And you've decided that now is the time to change. Now is the time to you know start looking to lose that weight finally.
yeah.
Yeah, and put dedicate yourself. Okay, I understand. Well, in terms of the investment, you'd say 5K is a lot of money. Is it a case for you that you have the full amount, the 5K? It's just there's a bit of uncertainty when it comes to investing that full amount, or is it a case that you don't have the 5K and we just need to see how we can break this down into more digestible structure for you?
Hmm. Yeah, I think I might have the money to do it in just like one payment, but it's yeah, it's just a big sum. I have never actually done that much with transaction before. So yeah, I probably need some time to think about to sleep on it.
Ah, I understand. I understand. Listen, five, 5,000. It is a large amount. I understand. But where you want to go, that's also a huge step compared to where you are now. You are sitting at 110 kilos, and you have been progressively putting on weight for the past 3, 4 years in a downward spiral, like you said yourself. And you're looking for a way to reverse this and get back to where you were, where you're feeling light, feeling attractive to your partner, feeling proud. This is a huge change to where you are now. And, you know, in terms of value, you could almost say it's priceless. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, yeah, yeah,
So,
that's sense.
yeah. So, when we compare the return on investments, the 5K, yes, it can be scary. And you said it's your first time as well, 100%. Would you also agree, though, that where you want to go compared to the investment itself, where you want to go is also worth it to you?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
100%. So, when it comes to the investment, you said it's your first time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, that feeling of uncertainty, that fear, mate, that's completely normal. Let's get this. Let's get this. Let's get this. Certain. Completely normal. You know, first time investing £5,000. I'd be slightly worried if you weren't feeling a little bit uncertain, a bit scared. That all that tells me is you're serious. Okay, you're thinking this through, and you're serious about doing this. That's completely normal. Do you mind if I share some perspective with you?
on what?
I'm going to
Like,
share you some perspective
yeah, yeah,
about some of
okay,
the people
sure.
that talk to you. So we've worked with thousands of clients who have also been wanting to lose that weight, who wanted to change their lives and feel proud about themselves and change their their whole reality and finally feel proud of their body. They've all felt this uncertainty. There's a risk involved between with investing that amount of money and actually doing the work. There's uncertainty there. Of course there is. The one thing that made them successful and made them get to the place they wanted to be, where they were feeling good, they were feeling light, energetic, and they feel optimistic, and all these things it bled and it spread to all the people around them and made their lives more abundant. The one thing that set these people apart, all of them felt this uncertainty and despair. That's normal. But all of them were willing to accept that this uncertainty and fear was part of the process and it was necessary to overcome in order to get to where they needed to be in terms of the weight loss journey. They understood that this uncertainty and fear, it's never going to actually go away because you don't know what you don't know. that uncertainty will never go. So
Yeah.
that uncertainty really is just energy to push you and finally make that change so that you can actually become the person that you want to be. And until you take that first step, that uncertainty and fear will never actually go away because you'll always be unhappy with your situation and yourself. So, can I challenge you to do the same thing that thousands of clients have also done and do the things that they have done in order to get to where they want to be? Can I challenge you to do the same and commit yourself and draw a line in the sand to make the changes necessary for yourself and for your partner to put in the time, put in the energy, and put in the commitment to do the work and get down to that 70 kilos? Yes or no?
Yeah, well, that definitely, makes sense. Yeah, and it sounds great. And yeah, I agree with like all that you said. Just one thing I wanted like to mention is that, I always make financial decisions with my wife.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'd just like to talk to her before it. Yeah, it makes sense.
No problem at all. I've got go myself. I completely understand. So when you do go and you go to talk to your wife, just again to see that I've done everything on this call to help you out and get you to where you need to be. Uh, what are you going to be discussing with your wife when it comes to this course? Just to see, if there's anything I can do to help.
Hmm. Well, probably she's gonna, ask me a bit more about the course, about the details.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, which I like don't really have. I will probably try to like explain to her all
Okay.
this stuff. Yeah, so that probably makes sense. But yeah, I think main thing just
Hmm.
might be like the money for her. 5K is
Yeah,
like a lot, and she's very,
of course.
um, yeah, she's very scrupulous on the money right now.
I understand. I understand. When you go back and you do talk to your wife, do you feel like she really will want you to get down to that 70-kilo weight loss that you have been wanting to get down to for so long, 3 years?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe not for that money, but yeah,
Mm.
she will.
You think so? Is there a bit of uncertainty when it comes to
Um,
wanting to
no,
lose the
no,
weight?
just like she will.
Sure. Okay. Why does she want that for you?
uh, well, I'm probably not like, an authority figure to tell her to tell why she wants that. But yeah, I think it's just maybe an attraction thing. My wife hasn't really been attracted to me for the past, year, and I'm quite aware of that, even
Yeah.
though we like haven't really talked about it openly. Um, but yeah, I think
Right.
like she has her reasons. We've talked about it. She said like, yeah, like I want you to lose weight.
Oh, so she's mentioned it before. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So if
Yeah.
we're having a honest conversation, honest conversation, do you really feel like she wants you to lose this weight then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That's completely fine. So in the past, when you would have gone to your wife to talk about something similar to this, like going on holiday or buying a car, what would have been some of the potential things you would have talked about in order to move that financial decision forward?
Hmm. Well, we did have like, some money in our savings. We were saving for some other stuff. Yeah, so I'm just
Hmm.
not really sure how, she's going to uh, react to me kind of deciding to spend that
I see. So
on business.
is the money coming from a shared account?
Yeah, yeah, but I bank most of the money. It's just, yeah, that we kind of decided to make um, a budget in one place.
Okay. And have you spent money on yourself before without talking to your wife?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Is it a different thing now because it's £5,000?
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, it's much more than I used to.
I understand. I understand completely. Can I ask, in terms of getting down to that 70 kilos from the 110, whose responsibility is that ultimately?
Well, it's mine.
And the results that you've had for the last 3 years, the struggles, the pains, the aches, and feeling down on yourself, all that struggle and the risk. that was also you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can I ask, out of curiosity? By the way, I hate referring to your wife as your wife. It feels very, very impersonal. Do you mind asking? Do you mind me asking what your wife's name is?
Oh yeah. Her name is Hannah.
Hannah.
Yeah.
Beautiful name. Do you mind me asking what Hannah does for a living?
Oh yeah, she does a consulting job, making a few K a month.
Okay, okay, that's cool. With respect to Hannah, I can't imagine that she, comes to you and asks for advice or to talk about you when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to her consulting. She doesn't, you don't have the same level of risk or investments or knowledge when it comes to her job. The same way she doesn't have the same risk, struggle, and investment when it comes to your weight loss. That's something that is on your shoulders completely.
Yeah.
So, with respect to Hannah, and again, I completely understand. I've got a girl too. Why would it be fair for you to ask her to make a decision for something where she doesn't bear the responsibility and she doesn't bear the risk and she doesn't bear the struggle of?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. It kind of makes sense now.
I
Mm.
mean, again,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she can't lend an ear.
Yeah.
Root for you like a good partner, absolutely. But the reality is she's not responsible for you reaching that 70 kilos from 110, that 40-kilo weight loss.
Yeah.
She never has been, and she never will be. That responsibility is solely on your shoulders.
Right.
So when you are in that position of 70 kg and you are finally feeling proud of yourself and you're finally feeling attractive and fit, that's going to be her over the moon. It's going to be like you first met. Again, 100% that attraction will be there, that respect as well. She'll be proud of you, proud to show you to her friends and all these things. Enjoying the fruits of the actions that you took, achieving what you said you would achieve. But again, whose responsibility is that ultimately?
Mine.
So if that is the reality, and you alone accept the risk and the responsibility, then what decision does that man who reaches that 70 kg and then is again that proud man for his wife, what decision does that man need to make to get down to that 70 kg from his 110 kg? Does that man go back and ask his wife?
He's gonna do it.
He's going to do it.
Yeah.
So does that man go back and ask his wife? What decision does that man make?
No. No. I'm
Cool.
gonna I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. Go for it. Shall we
Awesome.
get you
Yeah.
started
Just
then? Cool.
yeah.
Fantastic. How does that feel for you?
Um. Yeah. Well, first off, like that was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like yeah, really good. Really good tonality, energy, like that. Like no struggles on it. Yeah. I think like one thing that's most apparent is yeah. I don't know a lot about objection handling and fairly new to this. Yeah, but it felt kind of too long on your side. Like you were talking a bit too much, I think. Because yeah, I
Hmm.
was listening a bit, focus on some parts. It's very hard to engage a person for long if you're like
Interesting.
talking. Yeah, maybe
Which
some
parts?
questions in between, just to get some agreements. Yeah, maybe.
Which parts were you losing focus in?
Hmm. Yeah, first, I guess it was like two times.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's like on probably reframing those beliefs. Hmm. Yeah, it was like on the last one you handled.
Yeah.
Totally. Like when you were, giving an example, I kind of like spaced out a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I don't watch like TikTok or anything, so I don't have like a fucked attention span or something. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just maybe it's
Okay.
because of the role play and I'm thinking of something else, but yeah, it's just kind of hard to follow a little bit.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and before that, there was also a point um, on the money side, I think. Yeah.
Yes. What was coming up for the money side on your side?
Um, Yeah, I don't exactly like because I've been like spacing out. It's hard for me,
Hmm.
to
Oh,
remember that
that
like
was when you spaced up. Oh, okay, I understand.
yeah, yeah, like that's the thing. Yeah. I definitely like how you like returned for the second round. You haven't trusted on the uncertainty thing that it's not gonna work for me. Maybe like you
Hmm.
re-asked it again when you sensed a bit of uncertainty second time, and I like confirmed it like for myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Off the top of my head, there was one little slip up that I had to wrap up and go back around, and that was with the money. So I was trying to move the close forward to the, moving it forward to the close, and I was asking you these emotional questions, but there was still more objections.
hmm.
So that was something I had to clean up before. How would I do that actually is ask first I'd handle the money objection, and then I'd ask, okay, well, is there anything else coming up?
Yeah,
And then I would have found out that you need to talk to your wife. That's one thing that I need to clean up. Everything else, everything else felt good.
yeah,
In terms of
sounds
gauging,
fine.
like maintaining that interest, I guess we both don't know because we haven't talked to prospects, so we don't know how their face will be because it'll be intense for them.
Yeah, sure.
I wonder if I can engage in more mentality. I wonder if I can. That's something that
Mm,
we'll figure out when we're actually talking to prospects. But it's an interesting point. I've never heard that.
yeah, I think you can definitely like improving tonality and energy is like a very big journey. Yeah, it
Hmm.
takes like years to master. But yeah, I don't think like that was necessarily the problem from courses I've taken and just like trainings I've heard. I basically watched like uh, all of Hormoz's video on sales as well, and he was
Hmm.
talking that when you say the price and the objections come in, you're kind of in the red zone and you need to do it quick and concise. And I think it's just I don't know if you're like free
I
balling or
see.
reading from the script. It's just like a long time in general. I think that's
Hmm.
the thing. Because like yeah, it builds up a lot of pressure when you have the price and have some concerns, and the more
Yeah.
you talk, the more kind of objections can pop up.
Hmm. I understand. What I'm using right now is actually. Have you heard of Bill Walsh?
Mm, maybe today, but yeah, I'm not sure.
So
Not sure.
he runs a school community that's based entirely on objection handling, and their objection handling is
Hmm.
perfect.
Oh, it's
It may be a bit
objection box,
long.
right?
Objection
The
box, 100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Now, again, their process may be long, but there's a reason why they sell it, and there's a reason why people go because it works.
Yeah.
I'll send you over this document actually. I'll put it in the chat now.
Oh, sure, that'll be fine.
So this has it has got everything you need. There's this document, and then there's also this, and this has all the explanations as to why you say what you say. So it has a reasoning behind it. I'll send you over this.
Okay. Oh, it's quite big actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
These have been very, very helpful. Really, really helpful.
Yeah, awesome. For objections, right?
For
Yeah,
objections.
objections. Yeah, okay.
If you can memorize these, then objections will be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah, shit, that looks awesome. Is it like a free one or did you pay for it?
I got this from a friend.
Oh, awesome. And did he, yeah, like he paid for it?